Hi, you guys.
Morning.
Good morning, Mayor Alley.
So,
Morning.
Let's go right into this, at this time.
Turn
Let's
around.
get into approval of the minutes. We have the April 24th minutes.
I read the minutes and I've read a lot of minutes and I think these were just absolutely great minutes. If anybody wanted to know what goes on
Yeah.
in this committee.
Yes.
Well, there's the woman
This
that's.
is
handles
what I
everything.
have person except orders.
Absolutely rely on them to go back. Do I hear a second in the motion?
Second.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved, very good, thank you, very good comment. Let's get right into it, discussion items, marketing update, Doug.
Can you pull one thing up there? Oh, you already did, you waited. I'm telling you, I'm gonna hire this girl away from you. Okay, few things that I sent y'all a couple things yesterday. I don't wait a whole month or whatever, but if they come out fairly close, I try to send them to you and I'll put them on here. So we're gonna talk about, Joey's on fairways and what we're doing, ongoing. Okay, this is not a 1 or 2 month type thing you're gonna run. Or this is not something this is something that's just gonna continue and as we talked about more, Ryan.
Sorry.
You're fine. So Joey, we're gonna talk about, so can you click those on and open them up? Cause that's where we can do. All right, so here's Joey's website, Southern Fairways magazine. Everybody remember the magazine? We'll talk about the magazine in a minute, and what he's doing. Just keep scrolling there, Miss Sharon. So here is the first thing that we keep going. All right, there's Lisa, and then there's Sky Valley right there. So, we're gonna be able to, this is a start, okay? Joey and I've talked about it, because this is not gonna be something we're gonna be dormant. This is something we're gonna change. Different things that we're gonna do during the year. So this is to get his people inundated on what we're doing. So here, this is one place, this is on his homepage, for Sky Valley there. Go back to the next one if you can, Sharon, and wherever we were, that back to the
Yeah, and then I'll
email.
just.
You're fine, trust me, you're going a lot faster than I would, okay? So here's real estate, it's gonna be the same ad, so this is the first ad that we're trying to talk to, so here's the real estate, here's Lisa, his wife, who was here. I think you can scroll down, and see it again. That's something else for Lisa, okay, there we go with Sky Valley again. All right, I think we got a couple more, Lisa, sorry, Sharon, if you'll. Stay there.
Good morning.
Sorry.
You're fine. No problem. So here we are, we got it at the top, so this is all over his, website. And then he's got a newsletter he sends out too, that we will be a part of that. And so all those ads link to the internal page, Skyway Foods, Skyway Country Guys, something, so he's got them all linked back to everything that we do, okay?
Do you want this one?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I don't remember all what they are, so here's certainly who we are, what we're doing inside the website, okay, so people can understand what we're doing. There's a little note at the bottom here, interested in learning more about Sky Valley real estate. Retirement investment fill out form, okay, and then it will go to, I'm sure it's going to Lisa, probably Joey, or whatever, so this is a good start on his end. And then if you'll keep scrolling here, we've worked out the picture problem here. So we got, if you remember, Joey is giving us the summer edition of his magazine. So we'll be on the cover and a section inside. So it's like a 2-page inside. So we'll have a big, nice, pretty picture on the cover here. And then inside, and that's just somebody else on But inside the inside, we're gonna have a section on explaining the real estate. Hey there, Jason. So we're gonna have, and he and I are gonna look at it and probably have a little ad in it that's gonna explain to the readers what we're doing. Hey, we're promoting, if you like, go Sky Valley, here you go, here's information. And then what we're gonna be doing for them, in our stuff that we can talk about. So it make it real easy to find and so people can kind of understand what we're doing. So as we move forward, as I mentioned to you, every time, which I'll continue to do, Joey and I will come up with different things that we're going to be able to promote real estate. Okay. So Lisa's working with some other people down there that we'd like to get some articles written out about Sky Valley. Other ways that we can advertise, things like that we're going to be able to inundate with some people that I work with, knowing the Joey and how we can tie into a lot of different things. So we're not going to roll out everything at first. So we're just going to kind of graduate. And like I said, this is a program. It's not costing anybody anything. Okay, so that's the nice thing about, getting the people that, we're gonna be able to see. I mean, this goes out to about 70,000 people, about 20,000.
70,000.
Yeah, about 20,000 print, and then we'll get him to send us some copies up here, so y'all can put them out up here. And then about 50,000 online that goes with different, and he has a really good following, and I told you, he's kind of the western southeast region, okay, so he's Alabama, he's down in, near Mobile. I know he probably didn't say anything, he has a fantastic, golf tour down there, that they have 90 or 100 players every time they do it, and they do it all during the spring and summer, and it's just, they just do a really great job. His partner, has a radio show, down there too, so they've got a really good following. Now Joey wants to expand, and Joey and I are talking about doing some stuff together, but he wants to expand to start including Georgia, Tennessee, Carolinas and whatever. But he's also grabbed, which he's hoping to do, like Florida guide, Georgia guide, he hadn't got Georgia, he's got Tennessee, Alabama golf guy, these type things that he's just gonna have information about stuff. So it's just gonna be an ad that we'll be able to use. That's kind of where Joey is. I know we talked about what we're gonna do here. And I think that was some questions that you had raised and whatever, and you can talk about that whenever you want to talk about it. Please take one. If you want to take that, please, I got those at home. But excited about what we're doing. But these are the type programs that work, okay? So I'm not coming back saying, hey, we got something coming up, I'm gonna need another 3,000. No, I can do that all day, but that's not where we are. We know you guys, we know how the budgets are, and we've grown this thing to where we don't have to, spend money other than myself. And so I'm excited about what we're gonna be able to do, and we just gotta get the word out so people can know about Sky Valley, and then vice versa. Anybody up here in Northeast Georgia, it doesn't have to be Sky Valleyans, but anybody, hey, if you're looking for that other home, go down to where it's nice and hot down in Florida. Right, Jack?
Right.
So that's a purpose. So that's really good. Okay, you go back to the email, and we talked about the other side of the coin that Lauren's gonna pick up. Keep going down here. All right, so we just had, this just went out yesterday. Okay, now I don't put the whole thing. I think I might have sent you the whole thing. But here's just the top portion again. It just, and this guy is a fantastic guy, Alan, and his Golf One Media does, is really growing. So, you can see the date. So we just did this yesterday, so excited about that. It's a full, long, very nice looking newsletter. So Alan's helping me, with my new newsletter, which is this right here below. So you keep scrolling this year. So this is something we just kind of fine tuned it a little bit. just kind of making it, we're not gonna make it boring, we'll change it up, it'll have similar to the format, okay? But it's just gonna have some different stories in it. So here's State Parks and what they're doing. I think the next one is Jekyll. So certainly gonna have pictures and color and different things like that, keep going. So there's Jekyll, which we do a lot of stuff down in Jekyll. So here's Sky Valley. And just some information, beautiful picture. They're the world famous par 3, and it's something, it's very easy to do. So this is a monthly newsletter, and so we're excited to get that back up and going. We had a nice newsletter, but I wanted to change it up a little bit. It's a knee problem, right? It just kind of took longer than I wanted to do. So, working on 2 or 3 things that I think is gonna be fun going toward the year. I've got a couple of media people that I want to send up here that I'll firm up a little bit more probably in June. I'll find out more information. And we got a couple other avenues we're going with, putting our name out there in different publications and different things. Oh, I forgot. In this, we need a quote, couple of quotes, okay, from somebody in Sky Valley. So we want people, and this is about Sky Valley, and this is about real estate, it's not about golf, okay? And there's probably a golf picture in here, but it's not about 9th hole, 10th hole, whatever, no. So we want to promote, he's even thinking about putting a picture up, and I don't know what he'll finalize, with the church steeple that we took up, the flag and the mountain in the background on the cover, so let people know a different thing. But I need somebody within the next week to send me a quote. Lived here 25 years, it's great, you know, we joined, I don't care who, y'all think about it, you might have somebody you know that you want to say, hey, we need to quote, you know, a couple of sentences in a paragraph about Sky Valley, just because you live here, you know.
Yeah.
So y'all decide that, but we need to get that to me by next week sometime. Because yeah, Joey's, you know, I'm trying to get everything done. So it's June, it's summer issues, it's probably gonna come out middle to late part of June. So we need.
Do you need a photo all with it and all, and just put
So
a
then,
photo with it?
no,
Okay.
so anybody, I'm not suggesting any names, but if anyone y'all
Okay.
that has some, anybody.
I would recommend our chair.
I was gonna recommend, but I didn't say nothing, so. It's up to you, I really, it is no pressure, I don't care.
Sure.
So y'all talk about it, you can decide on it later, you can just do it, you just say,
Okay.
here you go, Doug, here's a couple of sentences.
And if we get 2 quotes or 3 quotes, all the better.
Yeah, more, sure, yeah,
You use what you want to say.
absolutely, yeah, so it just adds a little bit to the
Okay.
article, you know, so. And say whatever you want to say.
Okay.
You know, hey, yeah, I'm a member of the golf course, I'm a member where we play pickleball, I do this, we do this, you know, great, it's great for anybody to come up, have their home, second home.
Okay.
Highest and coolest, you know, don't forget that slogan. I don't have to put it in, I'm just saying.
Send it to you and then.
Oh, because everybody I tell, I'm like, no, when it's 92 degrees, I said, yeah, I figured 75.
I love the message.
Make sure we keep telling that story a
Same
lot, you
message,
know?
yeah. Yes,
Yes.
it's
Moderate
good.
climate.
So that's all I got until we get back to whatever you want to talk about with the other stuff.
Any questions with Doug at all? Great, Doug. Excellent.
Live along, so I-
Wonderful to be able to get that kind of exposure with no expense.
Get it done.
Yeah,
It
right.
really is.
That's why I tell these people, and I'll tell you a quick little story, so State Parks is actually my largest client, and been doing stuff with them, I've been doing the trail 14 years, and they came on the year after for 13 years. So I've now had to deal with 4 Gordons, okay? And
I hope they're as easy to work.
well,
with.
no, well, they have been for this last one, okay, this last one is giving me fits. And, it's just, not to go into terrible details, so, I mean, it's just. And so what I tell them is, hey, you don't have to buy this because you bought me, okay, because we can get you this, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this, and so. Anyway, I went down to State Park headquarters yesterday and I was told under the radar that she's leaving. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord. I mean, cause she's young, she's never had a job, marketing job. Wanna know why she even got the job? She was trying to really stick, anything in every, why is this T not crossing his I? Oh, I've never had. 14 years, okay, I'll just pull up this magazine. So print magazines, articles and whatever, never had anybody. I would like to look at that article before it comes out. So we're writing a big article on State Park for something later this summer. And she's like, well, I would like to, just. What? You already gave me all these problems and now you're doing this. So anyway, thank you, that's all I can say. So I'm just saying, hey, I'm trying to tell them, yeah, we're not having to buy anything else because you bought me and this is what we're trying to do. So this is what it's good. You buy my knowledge, experience, connections, things like that. So I appreciate it, trust me. I absolutely look forward to this day every month. So in terms of coming up with.
So we look forward to it.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you, Doug. I keep sort of a mental track of how many, 25, 75, another 50,000, and it looks like this month we had Sky Valley mentioned in about, something over 200,000.
Probably so, and it's really, I've done a lot of research on that stuff with me too, and keeping that, when I tell people, I'm like, when a new person, I say, hey, we reached 1 million people, well, nobody believes that.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I can, over a year's time, I can, with all these different publications.
Yeah.
That we're doing, I mean, we have an ad in the Indiana Golf Journal.
Yeah.
That's up there, and, people seeing the Sky Valley right in the ad, so it's all things we do with no way to comprehend, other than we put brochures and banners at the welcome centers in Georgia. So there's a lot of different things,
It all counts. One of my newest
Yes.
neighbors is from Indiana.
There you
And the key is you're consistent, you just don't do it and stop.
go. Oh, no, you got it. Even when things are bubbling over with money, you can't stop. You can't stop marketing. You gotta keep going. But then sometimes you'll see more. This is just more to see, and that's what we reach for, in terms of getting stuff out. So.
Well, the next item is Southern Fairways and Lisa, and, during the last visit, they were talking about some kind of reciprocal promoting, visitors and real estate between the markets. And then I sent out comments, there were some comments on that, which part of the meeting, and some of the comments that you received. So what we should do, and I'm just gonna briefly review them, and then we can discuss them. The first was from, I had sent out comments about the revised ad and how we should handle it, how it should be published and so forth. And one of the comments that come from Ryan, looks good to me, the revised ad. Is she going to be selling real estate up here as well? And the response from Doug, or I guess not, response from Joy Johnson, Lisa will not be the local agent selling Sky Valley real estate. If we generate leads, what happens is to contact Lisa. She will vet the prospective buyer and then give referral to a local agent. I see. So that's one of the things we love. So comment came from Paul Evans. Hey, Paul. His response to that: we need to work with writers and influencers like Lisa Johnson. However, we might consider our local real estate folks to give them the opportunity to have similar size placements if they like. Then another comment came from evolves and share. It's just a good morning. As to Paul's comments, I love the idea of having a real estate tab on the city's website and the visitor site. However, I can check with Mike Lawson, our website manager, to see if we can add live links to local real estate agencies, so no update would be necessary and the information would always be updated. I do not think a fee needs to be charged, but that is just my opinion. They should be doing they should be doing us a service. And the fourth comment, of course, is from Jack. I concur with Paul. As long as we are giving the same opportunities to our local age realtors, I see no reasons to change the fee, since our realtors are often times of initial contact for many of our visitors and prospective producers. So we're at this time is, we had a discussion, how do we do it? So do we pick, the question I have, and then you can discuss, do we put it on our website? Do we just put it on the Wizard website, or don't we do anything? And of course, maybe you could add some comment to it. What we,
Well, Jason didn't think it would be appropriate to put it on the city website. He said it's more for city official business. So for the visit website, I'm sure Mike can take care of what we would need. And I could just always leave that on the homepage as well, but it could also be a drop down, I think, tab where people could go to. I don't know if it would be easier to go to specific agencies or just do like an MLS, I don't know, but I would talk to him about that and see what he thought, so that we could just have it constantly live.
Yeah, I gave this a little further thought,
Yeah.
I think, and I'm in complete agreement. But there are gonna have to be some boundaries here, because otherwise you'll have realtors from Athens, you'll have realtors from Atlanta wanting the same kind of exposure. And I think the emphasis should be with our local realtors, but you've got to decide how you're gonna define those boundaries, I think.
And then how do we include Miss Lisa as well? Because I know I don't have a problem at all putting her there. The thing is, if we're saying somebody from Atlanta could have the exact same ad, why wouldn't they have, they don't understand what we're trying to work behind the scenes and do as far as a reciprocal relationship. But I think it'd be hard to say to them, well, she's from, Gulf Coast down
She's
there.
from Alabama.
I don't know.
I think you just have to tell them, if anybody asks, which I'm not sure anybody would. I love the idea of putting people here, but I think I wrote in too and said, these people here are doing their job. They're not helping you in another place. They're not giving you free advertising
Yeah,
in a magazine that's gonna reach 70,000 people, and then we will have something, we'll have something in every magazine that puts out, not two-page spread. But we'll have, so that was what we, kind of agreed on that we would do for Lisa. Now, however, and then the story of however we put it and whatever else we can put Lisa in, that's certainly not gonna cost us any money, would be fantastic. But having a real estate page, right, local, just local, and just say, hey, it's just people that live in Raven County, whatever, just, hey. And then if they say anything, well, here's somebody from, well, we have a special agreement with them. Just make it simple. Don't worry about it. What are they gonna do? Can't do nothing, well, they can't make you anything. But I like the idea of helping the people who are trying to help sell the homes or advertise at other places, things like that, so. It's up to you in terms of the other people.
so comments on it, Jack, you would see, how do we agree, we love the concept, but how do we control it and,
I would think, Gordon, that we would, assign some responsibilities to work with Sharon and come up with a recommendation to come back to the committee as to how we can define those boundaries as to include Lisa. But, and you may do it with media. I mean, you may, there may be ways to define it, but it needs to be given some thought, and a recommendation back to the committee would be what I would suggest.
And who is doing that?
Good.
I think, Gordon could, assign that responsibility to some members of the committee or a subcommittee, or however he chooses to do it as our chair, but I think it ought to be given some thought. and then come back to the committee with a recommendation.
Do you have any real estate people on the board there at Raven County, Explorer Raven or whatever?
No.
You know, you wanna move on this, I have to agree with that. Comments on that?
So who's gonna go out and ask, Pauls or whoever else, hey, we got an open thing now, you're glad to join, if you send us an ad, who's gonna do that? Or are you just gonna wait and say, oh, I see y'all advertising a lady from Florida, how can we be a part of that? Or maybe you just let it graduate until it happens, put Lisa up there, some kind of section, you can say, you know, I don't know what you put down, I don't know, maybe you put something that says, hey, this is a special deal, and I don't even know if you need to do that, but, and just wait and say somebody says something. Unless you just have somebody love up here and say, hey, the Paulsons are doing a great job for us up here, well, then approach them, say, hey, here you go, this is what we're doing.
Well, I don't know if we were thinking, I wasn't thinking necessarily as specific as an agency, but just having listings, you know, like the POA has something on their website that lists homes available in Sky Valley. I don't know how they do it, but I could look at it.
Yeah,
And rather than just say, hey, POS, you know, or DERPA, whoever, and say, do you want to be a part of this? We just have something, I'll look at theirs and similar to theirs that just lists available, and then we could maybe just have Lisa at the bottom, you know, with the banner at the bottom of that page.
however y'all wanna do it.
But I wasn't necessarily thinking of like going to the POS website. Let me look and see what POA has.
Can you look at the POA website on the real estate? It's pretty, I don't know, we need to duplicate. Go ahead.
Oh, this is properties for sale.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see what's happening.
I'm not sure we need to do that since it's already,
Oh, see, they have it.
I wasn't really thinking of getting advertising properties,
Yeah.
but just a listing
Oh, well, people to
of
contact.
the realtors that are available, and they can contact them and go to their websites and look at listings.
You heard?
yes.
Cause then you have to worry about keeping up with it in terms of what's sold and what hadn't sold, but I thought it would, but just structure it in such a way to incorporate Lisa, but also give exposure to our local realtors. So if anybody looks at it, they know who to contact, or they can make a decision. And if they contact Lisa, she's gonna contact one of the local.
Well, I'm happy to
realtors.
put it however y'all
Show the
want, just
property.
let me know.
Yes.
If she just gets a referral free, if you go
Yeah.
through her. Because
But
somebody.
she is doing the advertising too, which is.
Yes, yeah, so the idea is people down here, so she makes money off the other end if we send somebody down. So it's the same referral, but Lisa's gonna make more money off that commission, you know, for whatever, and then she sends somebody and work with somebody at whoever you work with. She just gets a little bitty referral fee, you know, from the agent. So it's just a reciprocal thing that we're just trying to advertise. Mainly Sky Valley is my goal, and, so, it's just a neat way to do it.
Paul, what do
Hey,
you
Paul.
think?
You got drugs?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Couple of issues that I think it's a good idea. Now, Lisa, we've got a
Hang on.
number of, hello?
Go
We've got a
ahead.
number of realtors in the area. And how does she choose which one to act as a referral to? Can you hear me?
Would that be her discretion?
Oh, well, yeah, that's certainly, if we're going back from Lisa to back up here, sure, I don't know how that would, well, I guess, I mean, I have to go through my real estate mind here and figure out, okay, if she has a person down there in Florida and she's like, oh, this is a great place in Northeast, Georgia, and go up there and check it out. I guess it's just gonna be up to them, and, you know, in terms of how they're set up, in terms of who's selling the house. Nobody's gonna know anything until the realtor is actually selling the house, so then she would contact the realtor up here and say, hey, I got Jane Doe down here, would like to bring up, and that's what we talked about also, is maybe getting some reciprocal open-ended paying type program, so we could bring people up here from Florida and send people down there, but it's paying, you know, we're not doing anything, and say, hey, come see the coast, come see the mountains.
Oh, look right here. This is on Georgia MLS. And it shows the local, I guess, area listings. And then you find your real estate office. So it's not necessarily promoting anyone, but if you choose to do it that way, I just thought this might keep us out of the advertising arena for them. Because if, back to the POA side, they've got it like, if I want to look at a specific single family home,
Yes,
there they are. And then if I click on it, I'm assuming it tells me who the listing agent is, yeah. Yeah.
$1 million.
so the issue is going, do we wanna duplicate what the POA is already doing? And I'm not sure, I don't sure we need to do that,
Okay.
as open discussion, Paul. They're already there, it's already there,
Yeah,
so but how do we kick it off? And just working with her, so she might have some buyers that are interested in the mountain property and vice versa. How do we do that and keep it simple? And I don't want to go out, and as Jack says, let's try to close all these problems before they come up.
Yeah.
So,
maybe we, you know, from her, and I don't know about this, but from her, and maybe if we had that link to POA real estate page, and they could put it underneath the Sky Valley ad or in the Sky Valley ad. That, you know, makes it real simple, click here for information on property for. And then that way it's individual people and they like the $1 million home, they just looked at it and it's under Jane Doe's name and we're off and running. So that would be a simple way from their end. So, and I'm sure Joey could give us a link with Lisa and the same type thing, so people up here could look down at homes down there. So I think you're probably going into a bigger can of worms if you're trying to figure out how many other people we have to reciprocate this thing to, because it's certainly a different type thing. I'm just saying, if somebody came up, let's y'all just love somebody up here. Wait till somebody says something. And then say, well, hey, we're whatever. I don't think you're gonna find all the answers today to try to close it. So that's just my thoughts.
Jack, comment?
I just think it needs to be looked at carefully.
Sure, I agree.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we'll sign it, can you be on the committee for the next, get the recommendations for the committee? And, Jack, if you mind being, and I'd like you to be the chair, then I'll be on it. Jim, would you like, you're gonna be traveling, so you won't be here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's traveling the world.
I'll be on it.
I'll be happy to do it.
Well, that would be terrific, and maybe Sharon could be on that committee too, Sharon?
Is all the things gonna be done?
Brian, do you mind just bouncing off on that? Great. And Danielle, you could be on it, that would work. She can talk and support. Good. Who gets the input on it from timeshare all the way across? And the recommendations will come at the next meeting. Okay? Very good.
You were out of the room.
Paul, do you have any comments? Would you like, Paul? Would you like to be on that committee just to share it with Jack?
Absolutely, it'd be great.
Great, very good.
I think you were on it, when we mentioned maybe get reciprocal type things. To get people up here whenever y'all ready, that they have to pay, come see the mountains, and Lisa would report from down there, hey, if you'd like to go see, here's the information on going up and spending and talking to you guys about a place, and you know, whatever they want to do, they come up for 2 or 3 days and see it and whatever, and then the same thing back down there, so we'll get, whether it happens, I don't know, but it would be nice, I would think we could do it.
Great, very good. Thank you, guys. Okay.
Now, I want to throw in 2 cents, I would
Yes.
like since they're already up and running, I'd like to get Lisa on the website or somewhere as soon as possible. Don't care.
Yeah, sure, you want to kick it up, yeah.
Well, they're already up and going and
Yeah.
it's a lot,
Yeah.
blow us away up here, we need to, I need to show them something. So,
Yeah.
Possibly,
did he send you some stuff? Lisa's ad, didn't
Mm-mm.
he? He didn't? I'll double check. He might not have, or maybe he asked what, 70 by 100 or whatever those things are called. So I'll double check on that, so. Wherever we can do.
what sense of urgency on it, yes, okay. Very good. Let's go to the next item. Thank you. Lots of good discussion, excellent discussion. Forward Raven Marketing Board, meeting report. Just give us a quick update on it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I was not able to attend the meeting. But I am continuing the Placer AI training,
Right.
but I wanted to share this email with y'all that next week or week after next, that the, state representative is gonna be at our meeting because Waterfall, capital of Georgia, is Rabun County now.
Yes, read that,
So,
yes.
yeah, so they're gonna come and talk about maybe how it can be marketed and push more information out there just about Rabun County in general and bringing people to our area.
Let me read it here.
Yeah.
What's what I have to see? Can you read it? What does it have to say?
We had a request for some guest attendance at our next meeting, Mr. Victor Anderson, a state rep, and Mr. Andrew Harris of Lake Burton Civic Association. And unbeknownst to us, we've gotten a resolution passed for the state of Rabun County to be designated as the waterfall capital of Georgia, which is a great thing for us. Something SCJ's wanted for a while. So I'm guessing they want to fill us in on all the specifics to see how we might make use of this in our marketing efforts. We already do a lot of things with waterfall themed promotion, so I suspect there'll be little change on that, but we can definitely add that title of waterfall capital of Georgia, which is great.
Great.
And the funny word there is unbeknownst. What would the state representatives let them know they're doing it? It's special.
Yeah.
I mean, they go in front of the whole house down there and say, hey, Rabun County.
Very well, huh?
I think it'll
Can
definitely
you
be
have
good.
that forwarded to us, that email?
Sure.
Good.
That's fantastic. That's
Very
very
good.
good.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, and we're right from the dead center of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right there.
You guys best.
Right. Very good, thank you.
Maybe we could add it somewhere, capital of Georgia, but.
I think this consistent message we've been having about the coolest and highest
Yeah.
that's been coming, and now the waterfalls, there's the Penn waterfall. I mean, that over and over, I love it, very good.
People have an emotional response to waterfalls.
Oh.
It's,
Yes,
Sit there and
yes.
look at them all.
It's peaceful, it's invigorating for sure.
It is.
Very good, Dad, thank you very much, okay, the next item, Rabun County Joint Comprehensive Plan Survey update. I don't know if this is, Jason, is
I
that,
don't really have anything to add to that.
have you heard anything at all?
Well, it was,
Is it available? I guess he's asking, not the survey as much as we're not able to.
Yes,
publish
it's,
it yet.
yeah. The reason
the reason
I'm doing it is that we're delaying, the next subject would be, our
I
survey.
think that we can go ahead with our survey because the survey part is finished. It's just getting it
Yeah,
published.
so that was our holdup,
I'm gonna check,
yeah,
if you wanna move on, I'm gonna check something real quick, I'll let you know
Okay.
that real quick, I'm gonna send an email
Okay.
but the last time I talked to Mr. Hazel, it was approved by the state, I think he was just tracking down signatures.
which goes to Mountain Authority or something of that nature, yeah.
Georgia, yeah.
Okay, you can do that, great. All right. The survey, let's go into that POA survey, why people buy in Sky Valley. You sent out something to us. Did you get
Two
any
responses.
in terms of,
2 responses, but I pulled the survey up here so we can,
this is the survey we were working on last year and we delayed it. Remember that?
Yeah.
Questions that came up, Jack and Danielle, is, something, we would go back to, people who are buyers of property, in terms of homes and why they bought. Updated one, and it would come from the marketing committee. We wanted to be serious of questions, and these were that. But we were delaying this until it was a comprehensive study. So here's the, maybe go over the question itself. And we asked them to send out, but you can get the response. I don't know if that would be typical of most people not responding.
I don't know,
Our marketing committee didn't do it.
yeah, well,
I have to hope.
okay, so these are just the questions, and I sent this to you all in your own form, but we reviewed it from the year before.
Yes.
So it's just talking about the time you've been here, what type of ownership you have, and that's interesting to know, whose condos or timeshares, major reasons for buying, the age range for the people. Let's see if it's easier to do it like this. Physical amenities, what was important for, the amenities provided. The hiking and natural amenities, referrals from family and friends, how did you find out about us? Was crime important and personal safety? Police and fire services. Upkeep of the facilities here in Sky Valley, the city. Medical availability, affordability and cost of living. Distance from your primary home. People here are friendly. A cool place to play golf in the summer, and that's pretty important to the several that answered. And then, of course, what about the social events at the club? Children, grandchildren. School-age children, was it important here that we have good schools? Migration after COVID, the three of us that answered said it wasn't important. Churches, small towns, TV and internet, ability to work from home, the active garden club, are you here because of retirement? The golf course, croquet. So I think it goes into some good details. And which state are you from? And then that was the end of that. I think it's good information. It's just, we'll see what kind of response we get once it's sent out.
So this would be sent to all of the newer people who purchased, and then, of course, we'd keep it up and maybe adjust the questions at the time. First of all, is it something, when I think about it, would we use it? How would we use it? We got it. How would we use it? Could in the marketing team, we thought, use this, and Doug, you see this? Is this something that would be helpful to target this information?
Absolutely.
Well, I think if, especially like the natural resources, if people are all about hiking and wanting to see wildlife and bird, that would be an area we would market that we haven't spent a whole lot of time or money on. And then the same for if the churches are, that just to put out there, the area churches that, different things rather than just golf.
Sharon, yeah, when you're doing your, sending out our ads, then we include more of that information on the ads, right?
Yeah, I mean, it has policy implications for the city. How we wanna advertise.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I would agree.
yes. So,
That's Paul talking.
All,
Paul wants to say something.
I would agree with the policy implications. If you could get it out, you probably won't be able to get it out and get any returns fast enough, but it's the kind of thing that Holly could refer to in a state of the city address and just say, these are the kinds of things that we're finding. And it might be of interest to the community.
I agree, Paul. I agree with what you said, Paul. In fact, I was just sitting here thinking if we needed a marketing representative at my next State of the City address, which is July the 16th, just to bring the survey maybe in paper form and make everybody who comes to the State of the City address fill it out. Then, of course, somebody's got to input it all. That's the only problem.
so the question is, you still like the idea there, Jim, from city council? The questions we asked, update, looking at the questions, would you like any variations, any additional information you'd like on the survey? We looked at it one time, but we can always update it. And the next point is, should we proceed with it? And then, of course, who would send it out, when would we send it, and who would we send it to?
I think we send it as soon as possible to everyone. And then as people get their utility accounts, they are also included on everything. So it would include everyone up till now. And then as we get new homeowners, I could send it directly to them.
Okay.
And you just have a link on the website?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
And it just keeps compiling the data.
yeah. That's good.
So that'll be the link on the website. In terms of sending out the survey,
I can put it on the, I think I can put it on the, the website and through email, but I know through
Okay.
email
Give it
because
on
that's how
email?
it's created, yeah.
Dave, you have any comments on that at all? Sending out the survey,
Back to you, Mayor.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I didn't hear it.
the comment is sending out the survey to the current homeowners, property owners in Sky Valley. Do you see an issue doing that?
I still can't hear you, Gordon. What did you say?
Would there be an issue in sending it out to everyone on the email list right now?
I don't think that would be an issue.
Yeah, because you need more than 3. Because all of a sudden our wonderful mayor says, hey, we got all this information, and somebody, well, how many people wrote in? Well, the mayor's not gonna lie, so, she needs to be more than 3.
Well, I didn't send it to anyone except.
I know that,
One of us sent it.
I'm just kidding about it, we need a lot more than 3.
No, I know.
Yeah,
So,
So that was 3 responses out of this small group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And Jack said, you know.
yeah. Right. I was hoping for 100%.
I responded, but I couldn't be helpful.
I responded too. Okay, so when I gather here, we'll go ahead with the survey. Yes? Comments, yeah. Maybe I don't have a vote on this at all, but at this point, Sharon's gonna go ahead and unless you want some changes to the question of the survey, I'm okay with it. If you look at it again, you want some additional information, good, but we'll send it out. And then Mayor, would be more than happy to be part of their presentation, you know, at the POA meeting, possibly with it, if you wish me, you know, once we get all the information.
That would be great, Gordon. I think if you did come and tout the wonderfulness of the marketing committee and what's being done and remind people to please fill out the survey and talk about it a bit, that would be great. It's on July 16th. I believe it starts at 3 o'clock. Gordon, can you come that day?
Yes, yes, and me?
Yes.
Yes,
that'd be-
yes, yes.
Yep,
Yes, I plan,
that would be great.
wouldn't miss your presentation.
Do what? What did you say, Gordon?
Wouldn't miss your presentation.
Oh, yeah, it's a toe tapper.
Great. Okay, any other comments? Very good, thank you. Alrighty. POA survey, timeshares, a Sky Valley update, Danielle, can you bring us any update, any changes at all?
So we got the pool open. We were worried there for a minute because Windstream accidentally cut our, the wires to the heaters. We got that fixed.
So car,
who's breaking in my car? Where's the police at? Call the police.
Okay.
I'm sitting there, ain't nothing going on.
We have a new machine that we're gonna install in the fitness room, a new bike. We had Mark Longmaker spruce up the outside of Glen Abbey.
It's weird.
We are also finishing up remodeling A2. I think we'll have that one done next week.
What is that?
A2 is one of our units.
Okay.
Painting it, yeah.
Okay.
And then, we're trying to get the clay courts open, but if this rain doesn't stop, it doesn't look like it's gonna happen anytime soon. We need about 4 good days. All we have to do is lay down the lines for the first, set of clay courts. And then we're gonna move on to the next one. And then we are going to be remodeling the inside of one of our other units for, it's Cypress Point A. They're gonna be painting it, taking up the floor, putting down new flooring, so it's gonna be exciting. See what happens in the next couple weeks, and we finished, the decking at Wingfoot D on the front side.
Cool.
That's really nice.
You said there's, I have to report back to the board, so that's why I was, you said that you have new bikes or,
We have a new bike
okay,
to put into the fitness room,
all right.
we just haven't installed it yet.
But you had already added new treadmills and
We added 3 new treadmills
Three new
and
treadmills.
a new rower.
Good.
Oh, new rower too.
Mhm.
Did you floor it too? Did you put new flooring in there?
Yeah, and we did new flooring, and we painted it.
Okay. Thank you.
And you see at the point, where we'll be going to take an
We're
inspection of it.
We have our own personal deadline at the end of July.
End of
So
July.
we're gonna see how much we can get done at the end of July, and we're trying to at least get one for each association, top and bottom, a top unit and a bottom unit, so you guys can see what the rest are gonna look like for the models.
So Jeff, we're looking to a committee to go over and look at, take a tour, this is suggestions, yes.
Yes,
Hope to do that, great, you set a time in July or something?
Yep. well, my boss and I were going back and forth on the time, but we said at the end of July
Okay,
so far, so.
maybe
that's our
sometime
goal.
during our meeting, we could do it.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sooner
great.
all that gets done, more
Yes.
ramped up stuff we can do in the market.
Yes.
Yeah, it just makes it real, we're booked, we're slammed June and July, we have no more space for moving.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yes, we have to keep a couple units open just in case emergencies happen, but other than that, we're booked, we're full.
Thank, love to see it.
So hopefully
okay.
some projects can get done in between all that.
I'm gonna stay at Jim's place while he's gone traveling all over the world, so don't worry about it, gonna be. Just leave the key under the mat like you usually do.
Now, do you have a unit available for a couple of days next week?
I don't know from the top of my head, I'll have to look when we get back on, when I get
I
back.
know we're in a meeting, but it's relevant. The, pickleball guys are coming to work on our courts next week.
Okay.
And they asked, they're trying to find a place to stay for a couple of days.
Okay, do you know what size room?
I think it's probably just one or two guys. They just need a couple of days.
Okay, I'll look.
But if you have any availability, just let me know. I'll,
Anytime next week, any 2 days
Monday,
next week?
Tuesday, I think, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
Okay, I'll look.
Thank
I'm gonna have
you.
an ask them, so.
Thank you.
Jason, what's pickleball bags, is that?
Can I house it?
Yes, sir. Oh,
Pickleball bags, you got some.
No, they're, we're gonna have cracks. Cracks, the course.
Oh, okay, so it's good.
Right, yeah, it's just, we're coming up to do some repair work on the court.
You're gonna be gone forever.
Yeah, you got your.
Didn't mean to take marketing time, but since she was on that time, I wanted to ask, but it's, pickleball's a big attraction, so I guess it ties in.
Good, you're keeping up there, love that, hear that news, keeping it going, good. Okay, I'm sure, any other, thank you, stay and play golf inquiries and, accommodation, Brian, any updates at all?
Not too much to update. It's kind of cooled off a little bit. Most of the people that are coming up for the summer have already booked what they're doing. We did just sign yesterday, Raven County Sheriff's Office, a tournament in October for over 100 people.
Ooh.
On Thursday, October 16th.
So what's it called, Reagan, what?
The Raven Sheriff's Department,
Okay,
they do an annual tournament every year. It goes to some charities in Clayton and Raven County. But they've done a waterfall for the last few years and they're not doing a waterfall. Do it.
so doing good, great.
October 16th, it's Thursday.
October 16th, does that shut down the course for the day?
It'll shut it down until probably 3 o'clock. It's a
Okay.
9 o'clock shotgun.
October 16th then, okay, great.
We're gonna have a follow-up on the comp plan.
Yeah.
The county and the city of Tiger have yet to formally adopt it. So that's why which is probably why Tiger is in non-compliance with the state, but anyway, we did that months ago, but, I should have a copy, but it has not been finalized because they have not, for whatever reason, they haven't done their part, anyway. I should know more by next meeting.
Okay, great, and the next meeting, we're out, great, okay. Anything else, we'll be talking about other things in the ads, okay, anyways, thank you. Oh, website update, Sharon, anything to add to that?
No, I wanna ask Ron, are there any more tournaments I need to know about for goodie bags or anything?
No, there, I mean, we've got a couple big tournaments towards the end of the year that are outside tournaments, but they don't need goodie bags. They're not like, PGA events or anything like that, they're more local.
So you don't need us involved in terms of marketing, you know?
No, but if something comes up, and we have a couple GSGA events, but they're not. Every time we do a GSGA event, we just don't get the people that they think. We have one in November, that's like their end of the year deal that we got, and they're saying it's 80 to 100 players, but I mean, they say that for almost all of them. And we don't get near that much.
But for this one, for the sheriffs, would it be,
I don't think so, it's mostly local people.
right, but maybe to join the club?
Yeah, we could do something.
I mean, I think it would be, I mean, even if we give, you know,
Local,
certain
maybe
things,
local,
yeah.
You'll look like it's a good.
So you think around 100 that day?
They're planning on 100.
Who was here yesterday? There was a lot of people on the course in the morning.
We had a garden, our first garden club.
Oh.
Yesterday, with some
Okay, that's not people.
I mean, the course was busy too, but
Yeah,
we
right.
had like 70 ladies in there.
Oh.
in the
Just
garden
like-
club. Yeah. And then today we've got our first inter club with Highlands Falls in croquet that's going on right now. So, yeah.
I have to say, last night we had dinner, was delicious.
Yeah, we've got a couple, so what we really try to do this year is do a lot more event-based type things for the membership, rather than just having like music on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
Just a rotation of the same kind of stuff.
No, that's good.
So like coming up next week, we've got a Western night, we actually got a band from Atlanta that's coming up that does like country and southern rock. So we got a stage built and we're gonna do that. Then the following week is the POA welcome back party, and the following week after that is our annual meeting. And then we've got a casino night that we're doing,
Yes.
that we actually rented, like it's, the company's called US Casino Rentals, and they come in and they bring in like blackjack tables, craps, slot machines.
Oh, really?
And we're expecting about 100, up to 200 people for that.
Oh.
That night is a lot of fun.
So we're doing that on the 21st.
I've done a couple of those at different events, that's a lot of fun.
Is that part of the anniversary, used to be the anniversary?
So normally we would do an anniversary party, but, like 2 years ago, they did like a nice big gala, because it was their 10-year. Last year, we kind of just did a dinner with, Blue Jazz, just a band.
Yeah.
This year, we're like, let's do something different.
Yeah, I
So
like
we
it.
found this
I like it.
company and, you know, it's gonna cost us some money. It's gonna be, you know, it's $125 a person to do it. But that covers food and the rental for the casino, but we're expecting up to, I think it'll be more like 150, but we were set as 200 people.
It's
So
worth
that's
the money.
June
If the
21st.
food's good, which I'm sure it is, it's
So
worth
you
the
have professionals coming in, they're running this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they bring their own staff, they bring their own chips, everyone gets 1,000 chips and they walk in the door. And then we'll have prizes at the end of the night, they take all the chips and they count them and they give us like the top 3 to 5 or whatever we want.
Yeah.
And then we'll have prizes to give away for the winners. So,
Very good.
something different, instead of just doing a anniversary party, it's,
Yeah,
we're gonna do it.
love it.
So,
Very good. Very good, thank you. Any other, let's see, visitor website, Jason, is he wrong? Any up in terms of the visitor center at all? Anything add to it?
Well, uptick, I mean, Sharon's constantly getting new shirts and things like that,
We bought 2 today.
really trying to increase the hospitality. One of the things we are looking at doing that's maybe more of an extension of the visitor center, we're gonna be looking at maybe putting some, what we call wayfinding signage throughout the city. One of the things we're finding, a lot of our visitors, we put out the MailChimp about the compactor, but if you're not from here, you may not know where the compactor's at. So we're, a lot of waterfall, we're thinking about putting probably some small attractive signage in strategic locations, maybe leading people to the waterfall, leading people to the compactor.
Pickleball.
pickleball. So, that's something that we may be doing, to try to help out. So again, that's kind of an extension of the visitor center, but it still relates to our visitors. So just something that we're looking at. I was gonna try to get it up with maybe Sherry next week sometime in the next week and try to see if we can come up with some attractive signage that we could post that's not gonna be too.
Well, that would help us too
intrusive.
with the compactor.
Yeah.
Big-
You know, that's kind of what we're leading at because, more than likely, it's probably a visitor that just did not know. And they
Mhm.
probably thought that was a compactor, but, yeah, but that's something we're looking at doing, some wayfinding signage. But yeah, I should be able to report more on that by next meeting. But we are seeing an uptick in visitors. Sherry can probably speak more than I can, but, we're getting calls about when Independence Day, it's July 5th, we're gonna do that. I saw yesterday, the city of Dillard advertised July 4th for the fireworks. Ours will be Saturday the 5th, we'll use the same company. And, volunteers, they appreciate it. But yeah, visitor center is doing well. Sherry, do you want to add anything? But, lots of t-shirts, she continues to rotate relevant items, that tend to sell well. And, if you haven't gotten your Independence Day shirt, we have them for sale. They look great.
Very good.
And you ought to buy one, take it, go last. Do some advertising.
We'll be home later.
No, take the shirt next week,
Oh,
up to Alaska, advertise.
Oh,
wait a minute.
What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Probably gonna wear a long, you don't want a long sleeve shirt in Alaska, it's gonna be in the 50s up there.
Yeah. Know what the weather will be like.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason. Okay, the, advertising.
Gordon, may I add something at this time? The Independence Day event that we have coming up on the 5th, we're having a dunk tank, and I just wonder if anybody on the marketing committee would like to participate and be a victim.
I already volunteered, so.
I think Ryan volunteered, I know, but
You, there's a city council person. You should-
Yeah, city council.
I'm sure my husband will do it.
I'll take it under advice.
Looking what, 15-minute shifts, 20-minute shifts, I mean, I don't know, that'd be.
Well, with 3 people
Yeah.
volunteered so far, it's gonna be about an hour and a half.
I'm just saying that, you know,
Uh,
depending upon who gets in there, then maybe.
Well, you're in it.
Well,
Not next month, or what?
there'll be a double line for me, but anyway.
Well, I think reaching out for volunteers is great.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
nobody's just
Has
really
anyone
said, put me in the
raised their
Dunkin'.
hand yet? Yeah, of course, that is it, yes. Good.
But we do need more help just overseeing, we were adding several new children's events and just people being there, you know, so that they're not dumping bubbles, they're just blowing bubbles.
Right.
So think about it, hour shift here, hour shift there, 30 minutes, whatever you can do. And we have volunteer shirts.
Okay. Okay, advertising, we're going down to, the Raven Neighbor and Macon Neighbors magazine ad. Last time, Ryan presented the idea of sharing the cost for a couple of the, monthly issues. And, the cost was like $6.50 an ad, and the committee agreed that we would have 2 ads, and we'll share the ad with them. And at this time, it's like $1,300, and it's in the budget, it will be coming out of our, in case of miscellaneous. So the question that comes up at this time is, when do we want to do it? So we delayed it and said, when would you like to, share the ad? And Brian, maybe you can tell us a little bit of, about it. You would bill us for it, and then you essentially work with.
Yeah.
Sharon, on it, tell us. a
So
little bit.
essentially, they send me proofs every month, and then I change them however we wanna change them for what's kind of
Okay.
going on. So if you wanted to do one for like the July 4th thing, I would need something and I can send Sharon the actual proof by the 15th of June. So I need like a week before, to get it approved by them. And it's just like a publisher, so I can make my ad half, and then there's an open side, and then you guys can put in whatever you want. And then I'll send that in, and then the July issue, that's what gets posted out.
Yeah.
I know you may not wanna do July, but if you wanna do for like Fall Fest, I
Right,
would suggest do it at like, I need something in July for August and September, or September and October and August. I just need it 15th of the month prior to the month that it goes into, because there's like a 2-week turnaround as far as posting it. But it's really easy to do, and then you guys could just write a check to the club for the
right.
1,300, and then we would just dump that into our
Right.
marketing. So we're paying for it regardless, so
Got it.
just an opportunity for you guys to add something. to it.
Sure, really. Questions on it? What months would you like it? Obviously for Fall Fest, before Fall Fest,
That's for
another month,
sure.
you like it? We want it, all
When does it come out, the first of the month?
Mhm.
Well, I'd say September and October, but that's just my opinion.
about, yeah,
I've got a question for Ryan.
Yeah, but
Do those ads include a QR code or a way that you could just, through a QR code, go directly to our website?
so we don't use a QR code for it, because we just post our website on there. But I know Sharon is a lot better at this stuff than I am. If you had a QR code that just had like the Fall Fest, you could put that in there, and they could scan it on their phone off the hard copy or off the digital. There's a way to do it. for
Yeah,
sure.
I just wouldn't want it to be the ad.
Right,
Yeah.
make it be added in the corner for
Yeah.
more info, and then you just scan the code. You could do that. It should be no problem.
so what 2 months do you wanna do it? And of course, Sharon would be putting together the ad, so in terms of, Sharon, what months would you like to have it? Does
I just think September and October would make sense, but
that work with you guys?
Yeah, September's a slow month, so yeah.
Okay, September, October,
That's fine, yeah.
okay.
I would just need the app by like the 15th of August.
Okay.
I'll send you all the stuff.
Comments, Mayor, John, anyone else, different dates you wish, or does that work for you? Paul?
Uh-oh. My computer's going wacky. Hold on.
we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, good. Gordon, I didn't hear the question that you asked me.
The question is, when would you like to, have the ads for the rated neighbor? We're suggesting September, October to run the ads for Fall Fest, 2 consecutive months. If you
I
want a
would
different
think,
date,
I would think August and September, because by October, people will have already made their plans.
Yeah, but isn't it towards the end of October?
18th.
Third Saturday, so.
Then it comes out on the 1st. I mean, you could do it 3 months. It's up to you guys.
yeah, just the cost factor, right
I mean,
now.
it's gonna go to like 30,000 people, and they're all local. So that was the idea behind it.
Yeah, sure.
It's just to, it goes to
Okay,
Macon
August,
County and Raven County.
August, September. Yes,
I just think then if I'm getting October's ad, or there's nothing there for Sky Valley, and it comes out the 1st, there's 3 weeks, or
okay.
That's what I was saying,
Oh,
October.
That's true. I agree. I agree, Kid,
So,
Sharon.
September, October. Great, thank you for the comments. Okay.
That's gonna be for the Fall Fest, correct?
That's correct.
Would y'all wanna maybe save some room for our hay bale trail in conjunction too? Or just maybe wanna save some room in advertising space, because that gets bigger and bigger and bigger every year too.
Yeah.
The hay bale trail, that's kind of become synonymous with Fall Fest.
Right, could you tie that in
A
with the
lot,
ad?
a lot of people, when I talk to about Sky Valley in the
Yeah.
fall, they usually ask me about the hay bale trail before they ask about Fall Fest, because that goes like every week, so.
I would suggest that we could put a lot of emphasis
Yeah,
on that.
maybe just save some room for the hay bale trail too.
And maybe hide the bear, hey, Beth, somewhere so people have to go to the pickleball court or something. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Cause that's where everybody wants to know that Where's the bear?
The ad's only, Ron, what size is it?
Well, the one in Macon is like half page. It's a big
Okay.
ad. The one in, Raven County is only a quarter page.
That's pretty
So-
small, yeah.
We kind of use the one in Macon County for membership inquiries and
Yeah.
information, and then we use the one in Raven County for like public golf.
Okay.
Like we did a winter special this year, we sent that out to all them because most of the people down there, from what we've seen of new members coming in, are not coming from Raven County, they're coming from Highlands or elsewhere.
Ah,
So that's kind of how we divvy it up. All of our membership stuff goes to Macon, all of our public and twilight golf and specials for outside play go to Raven.
Makes sense.
okay, very good. Advertising, next, you can put up the Mountain Traveler magazine, that summer edition, do you have that available to show them it, the ad you put together?
Sure.
Tell you what Sharon's been doing. This is done twice a year, this is the first ad.
I gotta figure out which one's which.
She tries to refresh it.
That's 24, I know.
That's,
I'm getting it. This is the one.
this is the newest ad?
Yeah.
Okay. Like the colors.
Yeah.
Let me see. There, you blow it up. Comments at all, Doug? This is.
Yeah, no, I like the color combo. I know that's what you said, Joey, so I thought it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. Native flowers, fun, that's just, yeah, good. And she tries to change it, it'll be a fall, well, fall, that's good, very good.
I didn't think to share it with them.
So they can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Comments, committee, colors, wise, Sharon, puts it together, what can I say?
Yeah.
Outstanding. Thank you. Okay, the Mountain Travel magazine, that was it. Now we're going to Sky Valley marketing budget. We set out to look at it. We're in really good shape. Here's it. I just read it out. You'll see what we have for the budget.
One thing I want to add on that report, one, there's, 3 expenditures that's outstanding, so that balance will actually be a little bit less.
Yeah.
We just wrote those checks, there's a check for, $684 for Mountain Traveler,
Yeah,
another, TravCom $650, and then, the Mountain Lake Spring is $480, so actually, there's about $1,800 in expenditures there that, that had not gone through that will actually reduce that budget amount.
but in terms of, we look at,
But
right,
you're doing, right now, you're being almost half the year through, you're doing pretty good.
you don't see, I try to look at the budget and make sure itemized there. And right now, we're in good shape. We've taken several of these items and we're talking about taking out of miscellaneous. So at this time, we're in really good shape. If something comes up, we'll see it. Comments about the budget at all? I think we're in good shape. Thank you for the report. Okay, new ideas programs, for the Sky Valley influencers, CR codes, golfers to record a message about their experience on the course in the Sky Valley Ryan. I really like this idea, and I don't, is there anything we can further develop on that?
Well, when you're talking about influencers, we actually had Gunnar Stockton come out 2 weeks ago and play golf. And so, and he came by himself, we didn't know he was coming, he booked the tee time online, went out first, And when he came in, I met him, I gave him a shirt, and we exchanged information, because I know that, you know, he could help a lot. He's got 50,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
He was just out there just to go out and play golf. So I gave my information, my cell number, and I got his, and I was like, look, you know, if you guys want to, you or your teammates, your friends want to come out, feel free to come out, call me ahead of time so we can set it up. And then we were talking about recording. His thing is, he doesn't manage his Instagram page. He has like an agent that does that. Or somebody else does it for the NIL or whatever, with all the red tape that goes along with that. So, so he said that he would do some stuff for us if we wanted to, in exchange for golf. So super nice kid. But, yeah, he'll be out. He's in town till, the first week of June, and then he goes back to school. So for practice, summer practice. So he'll be around. But
Paul, since this was your main idea, any comments on that, Paul? Paul, hear me?
yeah, it was just kind of by happenstance. He came out and we had no idea until he walked in, and he booked it online and just came out and played by himself. But he loves the course. He comes out all the time.
Awesome. So
Yes.
perfect guy to talk with.
Yeah, super nice kid. Really down to earth.
Yeah.
So,
Well, he's gonna get busy real fast, real soon.
Yes. Ideas, Danielle, got ideas? Yeah, great, fantastic. Keep us up to date on that, I love it, all right?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, we're talking, the next item is the Sky Valley roadside signs, the Sharon Van Camp. Last time she presented it, we set aside $2,500 for roadside signs, these discussions, but there was some questions about, and I'll just tell you what the questions were. They submitted $25 for the road signs to be posted on Georgia 246 or North Carolina 106, subject to final approval at our May meeting, the postal location for the signs and size. Jason will check with the officials of North Carolina to determine if we can post signs on the North Carolina 106. So at this point, I think the idea of the signs, we like the idea of signs. So, Jason, have you had a chance to even talk about, look at it, where we could post the signs?
I talked to a couple of people, and don't quote me on this, it might be just asking for forgiveness versus permission. It's kind of hard to talk with people, but, my biggest concern is 246, being that the, Georgia DOT manages this road out here. We put signage out, do we know exactly where we want these signs to go? Like right now, we've got a temporary,
I see that.
we're partnering with Foxfire, of course, Raven County's known for that, so that's good PR for the city as well as for them, but, it really just depends on where the signs are gonna go. How far up 106 we come out putting the signs?
Well, that was a discussion in the meeting, we really didn't know where we put them, if we want to be closer to the intersection.
I think up near the junction will be fine. We start going up. One up, we start getting on up past High Holly, we may run into some problems, but, cause that's gonna be, North Carolina state route up at 106, so we could probably do it with them versus the county. But, I'll do some more inquiries, but, I think the biggest thing, just to answer your question for now is how big the signs are and exactly where we're gonna put them, but certainly out here in front of the old City Hall Police Department, down near the overlook. Historically, we've been left alone when we put stuff, we typically put some signage out every year near the entrance there across from Wyman Ridge. I don't think we would be messed with, but, really, again, it's just gonna be size and volume of signs, but, I'll do some more digging. I didn't want to dig too much, because I don't want to be told no, but I feel like if we're talking about these appropriate locations, we'll be fine.
Well, there's 4 by 8 and there's 4 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe we'll talk about size again, could you go to the committee again?
4 foot by 8 foot.
But you look at them, let's review it again, somewhere we're not here, okay? We're gonna.
Well, this sign out here is probably about 4 by 6, I imagine. Give you an
You
example.
said it was somewhere 4 by 10, you would have to have a
We
little.
talked about 4 by 10.
4 by 10, 4 by 8. and the cost.
Something like that's what it would
These
look
are
like.
the ideas, we put Jack on the side of the road, just, something Sharon come up with and. Do you like the subjects here? Scenic, how many of the 4 subjects? Scenic hikes, what were the 4? Maybe you go over them again. Championship golf. Kennedy views. What was the other one? Hikes. Not water, thing was waterfalls. So there are 4 signs, right? 4 subjects like that. And the sign, what would be the size of them again? Maybe you could review that.
We talked about 4x10 or 4x8.
4x8, and the price, 4x10, 4x8, we were in that price range, oh, give us the price again, because we approved 25, we could. Well, see,
Yeah, so.
Right
we're
here.
gonna put 4 of them up.
yes,
So we sort of space them equidistant from one another. My biggest problem is, my only problem, I think, is that, well, I'm not sure the Sky Valley logo reads at 40 miles an hour.
got it,
And maybe we should have at the bottom just
Sky
Sky
Valley.
Valley next right,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I mean, it would be
Yeah,
appropriate.
that's it.
so, cause the hiking and
The
the
narrow.
picture shows up. But then the action thing is to turn right.
Before,
You know, we have a couple of those type signs now. We've got one, unless the road crew is taking it down, but now that we turn right on the 246 at 441, it says home base, your new home base sign, there's a sign there.
Yeah.
And we have a similar sign just
I
as
think
you
we
cross over.
replaced that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that may be what we do, is we just swap for swap. I think it'd be less noticeable, but we do have that
Yeah.
sign down there. And then there's a similar sign, when y'all head back up towards the city, about 100 yards just inside North Carolina.
Okay.
There's a sign there on the right that says home base.
Well, I would need to know definitely where we're putting them in, because if we put one at the bottom, we wouldn't say next right, we might say
Right,
10 miles
yeah.
or 4 miles ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
But I need to know kind of what you come up with as placement.
so size wise, 4 by the 546, that's how we come up with it.
4x8
4
is,
by 8.
4 of them is right there, and that's double sided.
Double siding.
Ah,
The city would pay, the city was gonna install them, right? And the next question was, how do you, what is this? What kind of material is it? Is it,
They were gonna use 4x4s, I
4
believe.
by 4s, but what is the sign material? Is it a canvas or is it a hard material?
It's a hard
Hard
material.
material, how would they fasten it to the
I don't
post?
know, that's beyond me.
We'll, I'll get, Gordon, I'm gonna.
It'll look nice.
We'll stop and look at those signs down there. I mean, I've ridden by them 10,000 times. We'll see how they're probably post-hole dug, post in the ground.
yeah.
And this is,
But and really, to be honest, to save some money, we might could just leave those posts there and just build signage for there.
okay,
You know, we'll stop and measure those and just see, and, cause that might be a way to save a little money versus digging new holes, is just replace those signs.
can you put a different, message on the other side? If you're coming up, you can't say turn right, or you know, turn
Yeah,
left.
they're double
whatever.
sided, yeah.
I'm sure, I don't know for sure about, what it would necessarily take, but we just wanna make sure. I guess we're putting it off another month, it sounds like,
I'd
so,
like to get this done.
well, I guess I can't, I mean, you can approve it, but I wouldn't know what to put on.
Yeah,
Y'all make a motion to approve it, we'll make it happen.
I think we should
Yeah.
talk to committee and this, set
You
aside.
give us,
Anything is gonna be better than nothing.
you give us the numbers to work with, we'll get it done.
Well, we have that, we set aside $2,500, this is the last time the committee approved.
Okay.
And that was coming out of our budget, we have a budget, it'll be out of miscellaneous account, and we have $5,600, so we're okay. So the committee is, in terms of size, I think 4x8, unless the committee wants some. And I guess, the items we have, the 4 subject we talk about, could you change it at all, or we just leave it up to you to come up with?
Well, yeah, the problem will be, like Doug said, the symbol for Sky Valley was easy just because
We had it.
it's there.
Yes.
But you can't say, if you're going down the hill and you saw the backside of it, it wouldn't be your next ride, obviously.
Yeah,
But we might could just put Sky Valley, Georgia on the backside,
yeah.
I think that's, I think that's.
or maybe even visit, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the 4th subject would be hiking, what are the 4 again? Hiking, waterfalls, golf, and what was the other one?
Views.
Views.
yeah,
Go along with that, and we'll leave it up to Sharon to put it together.
yeah.
And then
So-
go ahead.
We've got locations, City Hall, the old City Hall, the sign just in North Carolina.
There's an existing sign there, it might just be as simple as this.
That's a stone,
No, I'm not talking about the sign that's across the junction, I'm talking about there's a sign that's on the right,
yeah.
it looks like it's post hole.
Yeah, maybe right past the overlook on the straightaway where the old bridge is.
Yeah, we could probably, but I'm sure we could put something
These
there.
are the locations of these. Okay.
Yeah.
So you start off with the city at one sign and you work your way up. To the
Yeah.
flashing light.
So you see 4 in fairly close succession, there's a unity of design. And then they know where to turn in to go find Sky Valley.
It's Sky Valley, okay.
Yeah.
On one side.
And so basically, if that line up, we'd be trying to get people who are coming up the hill.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
Right.
yes, I would say yes.
People coming down from Highlands, they're already
They're already
going,
going home.
they're already gone.
Yeah. Comment, Jack? Nick?
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah,
And
great.
there is an existing sign as you come down 106, right before the junction, but half the time it's covered up with vegetation that says Sky Valley with an arrow that points to the left.
Paul, anything to add to it? Paul?
Yes, hello.
Anything to add to the location, signs and so forth?
Well, I would recuse myself and let Jim, I'll go with Jim because, you know, I'm all for signage, but, and I really like the designs of these signs. But there are people who don't like signs and they're usually the environmentalists. So, you know,
Paul. I'm one
in
of the ones that-
moderation, in moderation, I think would be good. And
I
I'd
like
like to hear from Jim and Debbie Dollhouse because they're real environmentalists. And I'll go with whatever they say.
Very tastefully kind signs. Okay. Good comment, thank you, comment.
Sharon did a great job.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's why I was just saying, let's revisit those existing signs. Because those are strategic locations
Okay,
and you're not adding signage, you're just replacing signage, so.
Yeah.
So I'll get my guys to measure that and we'll get back to you, I'll let you know as well.
We'll
So
get it
y'all
to
wanna
me.
make a motion to approve?
so the motion
Well, they
to
have-
approve signage, so we already approved the funding for it.
Yeah,
So is there a motion, to go proceed with it?
so moved.
Okay.
Does that help you, Sharon?
Yeah. Jack, any
Second.
second discussion? You know, any discussion about it?
We're done.
Jason, just let me know, so I'll have to adjust the design, I'm sure.
Leave it, you, great, okay, very good. So the motion it is, so I'll say motion to approve it, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Thank you very much, very good. And other business, is there any other business? We're right on time here. The next meeting is Thursday, June the 26th. Until on Friday, and mark that in your calendar. Any comments about that? You can be there. Appreciate you guys being here, thank you. And the only last item is there's a motion for adjournment.
I move we adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. It's done. Thank you, committee, fantastic, very good, lots done.